I'm being joined by...
Omar Zaki. How's it going?
Omar, why are you on this panel today?
I'm on this panel because Chris reached out to me about a week ago or so because he saw a fan film that I released 3 weeks ago. It's a fight video between the Red Ranger, played by myself, and the Pink Ranger, played by my girlfriend, Caitlin Hudson. We are both action and stunt performers, and we obviously have been very heavily influenced by Power Rangers, as I'm sure the rest of you have been. So Chris saw the video and enjoyed it and asked if we could showcase it here, and I said yes, and I asked if he wanted me to come, because he didn't know that I was based in LA, and I said that Anaheim was very close, so here I am.
That story is true. I corroborate that. And we are also joined by...
Hi there, my name is Jake Brody, and I am here together with...
Hi. Hi. I'm Jake Gallagher. And
yes, this is my wife, MJ Gallego.
Different last names. We are married.
Yes. I produce, and Marissa is my co-star on Database Rangers Power Reviews, which has been a web series for about 6 years now. We've produced 84 episodes. 85 is hopefully going to be coming out by the end of the month.
It's in post.
It's in post right now. And we also do live reactions to new episodes, as well as a few supplementary videos. And our most successful video to date is the fan film Power Rangers Grid Defense. So I'm just wearing my little Grid Defense jacket here. That was an adaptation of Go Busters that we produced 2 years ago, set in the not so distant future of 2019. So I guess I was prescient on that one. So yes, we've been working on both web series, fan films, and live content.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Do you have more things?
Should we queue up a thing? Well, I don't know. We can queue up a thing.
We can queue up a thing.
Okay, cool.
Well, do you want to do you have the videos, so you tell me. You want to do the videos first and then questions?
Sure. I think that works. Does that work for you guys?
All right, there we go. Let's do some videos.
So first up, we're going to check out Omar's.
All right, sounds good.
I'll try to go easy on you this time.
I won last time and you know it.
That won't happen again. It's Morphicon time! Tyrannosaurus!
Pterodactyl! Okay, now I'm awake.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? Heads up! Is that it? I thought you'd be more of a challenge. I guess I win.
Catch me if you can!
Hey!
Oh, come on!
Seems like you're getting real lucky today.
I prefer to call it winning.
Rangers, we need you at the command center. It seems one of Rita's minions is at it again.
Copy that, Zordon. We'll be right there.
Well, I guess that's another win for me.
As if. I crushed you.
If we can't agree, then it's a draw.
Ready?
Ready. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
That was awesome, dude.
Do we have any questions about the video? And if you do, we have to have you do it at the microphone if you've got any questions.
Yeah, feel free to step right up if you have any questions. We have a microphone right here, right in the center aisle. Ooh, yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Brave man. There we go. Brave woman. There we go.
First of all, that was awesome.
Thanks, man. What's your name?
My name's Colin. I also do fan films as well. No Power Rangers yet. We do like Flash and CW type stuff.
Okay, I
But
almost did a Flash fan
That
film.
was epic.
Thank
That was
you, man. I
super cool.
appreciate it.
My question is, what made you want to do it? Obviously, you have the experience and the choreography and the skills, but what made you go Power Rangers?
First, I've been making YouTube videos for about 4 years now, 5 years or so, and I decided to make, as I'm sure all of you guys are, obviously I'm a fan of Power Rangers, and I decided to make a Power Ranger parkour video about 2 or 3 years ago or so, and I bought this very low quality Power Ranger costume and I put it on and I did parkour in it, and I had my friend film it and I put it up on YouTube, and it's got like millions and millions of views now. So I realized that people, I guess, they liked the skill set that I had, and they liked seeing, a Power Ranger performing these skills. So I kind of like started to refer to myself as like the YouTube Red Ranger, because they're all the the professional Red Rangers that get paid to do it, on the TV shows and movies. But a lot of people really enjoyed it. So then I continued to do more Power Ranger videos, doing higher quality videos, and then I got together with my girlfriend, and we've been dating for 2 years now, and she is tough as nails. She's been doing martial arts almost her entire life. And I was like, this girl is way too talented. Like, we need to do a fight video. And she is perfect for the Pink Ranger. And I had done Red Ranger stuff in the past, so I was like, Caitlin, I'm going to buy you a Pink Power Ranger costume. I'm going to buy myself a really nice Red Ranger costume, and we're going to fight. And this video has been my baby for like 7 months now.
Yeah.
And I released it 3 weeks ago, and it is doing very well on YouTube. It's got almost 500,000 views. So people like it. That was really loud.
Yeah.
So glad you guys enjoyed it.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Colin.
Great work.
Appreciate it.
Hello,
How's it going? What's your name?
Lauren.
Lauren, nice to
Side-
meet you.
So I actually had the pleasure of watching it on Instagram. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. I want to do that.
That's
And
awesome.
Now I actually get to hear the full version because it was just a small clip on
Well,
Instagram.
hopefully it was better than watching it on a small phone screen, watching it
yes.
on the full screen here.
Oh, yes. My question is, what does it take to make an actual fan film, and how long did it take to film?
So like I said, I've been doing YouTube stuff and video stuff for 4 years now, and everything that you do when you're starting out is probably going to be terrible, and you as a performer, as an actor, as a fight choreographer or whatever, you have to be okay with creating terrible content, because everything that you do, you will learn from, you will get experience from it, and then you will be able to produce slightly less bad content. And then the more you do that, the more you're going to learn about filmmaking, the more you're going to learn about what makes a good film, the more you're going to, if depending on what you're interested in, whether it's acting, whether it's filming, whether it's editing, the more you do it, the more you're going to learn about it, and the better you're going to get at it. So I would just say, watch fan films, come up with an idea that inspires you, something that you can get excited about, because if you're excited about a project, then you're going to want to do a good job. And as the director, as I was of this project, a director of any project, no one should care about that project more than you. You need to take it as your sole responsibility to make that the best project that you possibly can with the resources that you have available to you at the time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
Good. That was really cool.
Thanks, man. What's your name?
My name is Arthur.
Arthur, nice to meet you.
Do you plan on collaborating with other Power Rangers YouTubers like Chris Cantata?
Maybe. Chris actually just reached out to me because he said that he saw the video. I hadn't planned on working with him. We may in the future, but a lot of people are demanding that we do another one featuring more Rangers. They don't really care who. They just want to see another video like this with more Rangers.
Yeah, that would
So
be
if
cool.
enough people demand it and the video does well enough on YouTube, maybe I'll have to buy a Blue Ranger costume, a Black Ranger costume, a Yellow Ranger costume, and then make like a supercharged Power Ranger fight video.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I know
No
Chris
problem.
has another video like ready to go at a moment's notice. We were hoping to premiere it Friday, but due to the scheduling issues, it hasn't been released yet. But it's ready to go.
Hey, my name's Frank. That was really cool. The
Thanks,
way it
Frank.
moved,
Appreciate it.
Different settings, and the helmets at the end was a nice touch. What was my question? Oh, how is it different choreographing a fight scene with someone like with whom you were in a romantic relationship?
Well, Caitlin and I actually met. So I've been doing stunt stuff for about 2-3 years now or so. We met at a live stunt show in Virginia. It was a Three Musketeers themed stunt show, and I played one of the Musketeers, and she played the Queen. So our first interaction was a stunt interaction. We were both professionals working together at a live stunt show, performing at an amusement park. So we both clearly knew that we were passionate about this stuff. And then we went on to book another live show together. We both booked another show called Marvel Universe Live. It's a touring Marvel show where she played Black Widow in the show and I played Iron Fist. So that was really cool. And we did that for about 14 months, touring and performing around the country. And everybody on that show is stunt-oriented, they are acting-oriented, they are filmmaking-oriented, martial arts trained, parkour, weapons, whatever. So being surrounded by a group like that, everybody wanted to be doing the same stuff, so we just started making little action shorts on tour with our friends, and then each one we tried to make a little bit better than the rest, so we work super well together. That's our relationship. That's part of our relationship, you know. Sometimes we're a normal couple, sometimes we're beating each other up on camera. It's just normal for us now.
You seem like an even match, so it's great.
I can relate to that. I've had her smack and punch me in the face on a number of episodes of Power Reviews at this point.
Well, we try to fake it as much as we can.
I try for her to fake it as much as she can.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Enny. I'm actually filming this right now, but I was curious because that editing was flawless.
Thank you, man. I edited that.
Did you edit it yourself?
I did.
Okay, there's like a million things I could ask you, but to nail it down to one, the teleportation, how did you make that so crisp?
Well, so I did not do the visual effects. I did all the sound design, all the cuts, the voice acting, all the dialogue of us grunting and punching and whatnot. But my good friend of mine, Ryan Glass, he did the visual effects. He is like a visual effects wizard. I can do very basic effects, but I went to him. He's the guy who filmed it. The guy who filmed it also did the special effects. You'd have to ask him.
You said Ryan Glass?
Ryan Glass's YouTube channel is Wake Up to Ryan. We have a Star Wars short film coming out soon, hopefully. That's been in post-production for a year and a half now, with me as the main character as well, fighting an amazing martial artist.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Ryan is absolutely phenomenal.
That's awesome. I'll definitely be hitting you up soon. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
I believe, Hayden, you have a video clip that you wanted to play as well, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Don't bleep.
Just now that we see the
We're
questions
sharing.
wrapped up. We shared.
Celestial Fury. Has anyone heard of Celestial Fury in the room?
Celestial Fury.
It's an older one. So basically, to tee that up a little bit, back in 2007, earlier than that, back in like 2006, Ron Wasserman had done a couple demo tracks for the Mystic Force theme. And we decided that we wanted to, they got rejected, which is why he shared them with the fandom. And I thought they were great. I thought they were, especially the rock version of it. So I said I'm going to, Mystic Force hadn't come out yet. It hadn't been announced or anything. And so the idea was, we were gonna, take the source material, take Magic Ranger, and interpret that into, what Power Rangers does every year. They set up a mythology. They set up a whole story around what would adapt that future Sentai footage. So we were just going to film an opening credits that was just going to be like 1 minute long, and we started to do like stunt training, and not your level of stunt training, but that sort of thing where we didn't think that, once we started getting into it, we thought that putting all that effort into it, why don't we just make like a full thing, like make a full episode. So we made a 30-minute episode. We filmed it 3 weeks before the first Morphicon. Finally, back in 2007, we had a production company. We had a whole setup. We shot it in Chicago. And we premiered a rough cut of it at Morphicon 1, and we had a better version of it at Morphicon 2, and then I moved out to California. Adult stuff happened. I ended up getting another job where I was working for a nonprofit, promoting equality for 6 years, and I went off and did that. And most recently now I work with a bunch of editors and studio professionals that were able to kind of lean in and lean their expertise into helping me push this film over the edge. So all of that to say, it's been 10 or 11 years in the making, which isn't to say it's been consistently being worked on for 10 or 11 years, because I think someone on Ranger Board was just like, he's like the George Lucas of Power Ranger fan films. And I'm like, it's not like it's being consistently tweaked forever and ever and ever. But that being said, I haven't had updates for a while, so there's been other fan film projects where, they promise a lot and they haven't been able to deliver as far as like the productions go. So now that we actually have a legitimate news, we're going to be posting the fan film. It'll be released online in fall/winter 2018. So keep an eye out for that. But what I wanted to share today was two pieces. I wanted to share our 1 minute opening credits, which we just had worked on, and I'll have a piece of news after that. Some of you guys, as far as the cast goes, they were all actors in Chicago. One of you might, if any of you guys watched Pretty Little Liars, Brant Daugherty, who played Noel Khan, he's the villain in it, and obviously that was before Pretty Little Liars. Yeah. So it's been a fun ride. But yeah, I'll play the opening credits for you guys, and I will share the news from there, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's go for that. Is it good to go?
The movie will end up being, I think the runtime something like 28 minutes or so, but it basically serves to serve up a series of what would, if we were going to adapt, the future of Magic Ranger as like a whole series instead of Mystic Force. And so the other part of post-production is that when we visited the locations that we shot at, everything was great, and then a week later when we went to go shoot on these locations, it happened to be in the middle of a cicada infestation, if any of you guys are familiar with that. And so all our wild tracks had, if you guys have heard cicadas, it's just a constant hissing. And like when you watch the movie, you'll see like the big bugs fly across screen every so often, because they were all over the place.
I suddenly understand all your sound challenges.
Yes. So basically, from there we had to do all of the sound from scratch for all of those outdoor scenes. And then on top of that, one of our actors, we had filmed in Chicago, and one of our actors had moved out to LA, and there was no setup for us to be able to get that ADR from him out in LA. So we had to find someone to stand in for the voice, and so we recorded everything in Chicago. So literally every single thing that you'll hear, you'll see, has been rebuilt from scratch. It's 100% ADR.
Oh man.
And you wouldn't. And the best part about it is you wouldn't be able to tell. There was someone at Morphicon 1 because we threw together an edit in 2.5 weeks. And someone came up to me afterwards and very affectionately and respectfully said, "That was a really ambitious project. Your sound design sucked." And I was just like, well, I mean, it was what we had in 2 weeks. And that guy ended up becoming the sound designer. And
There we go.
Yeah. I was like, hey, put your money where your mouth is. I'm happy to recruit you. And so the soundtrack has been completely rehauled. Everything's been re-recorded. And most recently, we've been able to record a cameo from a ranger you guys might know. Who here watched SPD? Okay. Everyone know Bridge, Matt Austin, SPD,
Nice.
Red, Blue, Green.
You got Maddie?
Yes. So
Nice.
we just we locked in his audio about a week ago, like right before Morphicon, because I was just like, I don't want to tell people this news unless it's good to go. So it's locked, it's in the can, and so he'll be a part of that project. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, any questions based on what you saw?
You said you shot that 6 years ago?
We shot that 11 years ago.
11
Yeah,
years
11
ago.
years
Wow.
ago. That's the first PMC.
Well, it looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, we were babies.
You want me to, well, you take
Yeah.
You
Go
want me to
ahead.
queue up mine? Okay.
Jacob's gonna pull up his stuff.
Yeah, I figure, well, we've worked on a few things. Oh, I'm switching places. There we've worked on a few things. So our main series is a review series focusing on Power Rangers episodes from across the franchise, most specifically due to the 20th anniversary being impending when we started, all of Megaforce and Super Megaforce, incorporating some in-universe explanations for various continuity errors, let's say. And so I think a fun little, this will just be the beginning of one of our episodes. This was one that we filmed 4 years ago, almost exactly, and that's because we filmed it right here. It was our Power Morphicon live show special, and this was our first couple minutes from that. So if I hit, oh, there it goes.
Previously on Power Reviews.
I don't know how I came to be here. Same person, different worlds. The Reconnaissance and Rescue Selective Quantum Utility Electronic Eyeline Mark II is operational.
I just finished working on the Squee 3PO.
Squee for me or squee for you?
The trans-dimensional tear from the hallway.
Wireless interdimensional interface.
Voice print acknowledged.
Its primary function is as a navigational device. The Wireless Interdimensional Interface Portal Alignment Device.
What's going on?
Biorhythm marker verified.
It's too dangerous. Look out!
Okay.
Sumerian forest.
You're at Jungle Karma Pizza.
Initiating recall procedure now.
Okay, it worked!
Doesn't anybody want to talk about what just happened to us?
Okay. And now, Database Rangers Power Review. Greetings, Ranger fans, and welcome to
Okay.
Kate, do you realize where we are? You're out of the apartment.
I am. I really am.
Well, that's fantastic. Wait, where are the others?
We must have gotten separated when the Wireless Interdimensional Interface Portal Alignment Device was activated prematurely.
How separated?
They could be in this building, or they could be in another dimension.
What?
It's hard to say until I've fully calibrated the device and synchronized the coordinates of the Selective Quantum Utility Electronic Eye lines.
Well, is there anything I can do to help?
Not really. The calibration and synchronization process is largely automated and may take a while. All we can really do is survey the area to improve our spatial orientation.
Cool. I'll get us con passes.
What?
Hi there. Could we get 2 con passes, please?
Oh, hi, DB. I thought someone had already given them to you. Here you go. Oh, Dr. K, Very nice.
Thank you.
Let's go check out the rest of the con. So you're saying I shouldn't invite them?
I'm saying you could totally invite them. I'm just saying that Bulk and Skull probably have better things to do than come to our wedding.
Alternate dimension?
Definitely alternate dimension.
Good cosplay.
Great cosplay. So you're saying this is an actual convention of Ranger Series operators?
Well, not exactly.
Nice cosplay.
What's cosplay?
Well, you see... Oh boy, these guys are cool. Welcome to the 2014 Power Morphicon. Thank you to Make-A-Wish for making all of this possible. Chip Lynn, Judd Lynn.
The cast of Salon, Power Rangers, Dinosaur!
Would you like an autograph?
Who are you?
We're a big fan of your work, big fan. She's a character. Thank you. Would you? No. No.
Security? Help!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, it's Sama! It's Sama! Oh my god! Oh my god!
They're toys. Flynn, how did you get here? Did you fall through an interdimensional rift as well?
Kay.
What?
It's not...
I'm talking to one of my Ranger Series operators here.
That's not him.
What?
Come on, let's move on.
Come on, you guys, where you been? Your panel starts in 2 minutes.
We have a panel?
Come on, very funny. I know it starts 2 minutes, but you guys asked for this. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Greetings, Ranger fans.
Salutations.
And welcome to Power Reviews. Oh, I guess we're popular here.
It would appear so.
I think I like this universe.
Where did these scripts come from?
No, you don't understand. We have a panel in there. I'm Jake Brody. I play Database Ranger. Marissa Gallego, Dr. K.
Is this really what we're supposed to review?
I guess so.
All right then, without any further ado, let's take a look at the highly requested Power Rangers Samurai movie special, Clash of the Red Rangers.
In another dimension, where rule...
I think that, so that's the lead into that review. As you can tell, we've done quite a variety of things with our show.
Can I just say that you guys are great actors? That was hilarious.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was back in 2014. We have filmed. We do have some film footage from last year's Paramorphicon that's still waiting to be used in a future episode as well. But out of curiosity, any of you guys have any questions about the show? Huh? Everybody's had a long day.
I think what's coolest to me about like just looking at all the different projects, I mean these projects, but also just in general when I was doing the Googles for like looking at different fan films and checking out different things, is there's so many different kinds of fan films. Like some people shoot on their phones, some people have like super high production values, some people just go out and do it, some people just, and ultimately at the end of the day, it's all about people having fun and just like getting, contributing to the fandom in whatever way that they can. And so I just love seeing the variety out there. Yeah. And that's why, like, when Omar, you were saying, like, you just got to go out and do it. Like, don't be afraid of being terrible. Because, we all fell in love with Power Rangers, and it wasn't the greatest back in the day either. So I think that, I would just want to keep seeing more and more content coming out of the fandom. Because you guys are creatives, and we just want to keep seeing more and more from you.
I think if anybody looks back at the stuff that they made when they started and the stuff that they made at a given time later, they're just like, oh.
Yeah. Like Power Reviews, you just see the production development in real time. If you're like watch from episode 1 to episode 84.
Episode number 1 is so cringy to me.
It's like we didn't have our white balance down yet, and it was very simple. Review where I was just sitting in the chair talking to the camera. You had 2 shots cameo, and then in contrast, episode 84, which I released like a month or 2 ago, where we have 11 major characters at this point, and we're all on a spaceship that I have constructed and lives in our apartment.
Awesome. The entire second bedroom.
We have a set. I move walls around. They're heavy.
I have to stop watching television for an hour or so he can do ADR.
Yep.
Does anyone have, I know we've been opening up to questions as we go. If anybody has any questions in general about these projects, about anything in general,
at all, absolutely.
Feel free to head on up.
Yeah, we got a mic so we can hear you.
We can hear you, but this is being recorded.
They're recording.
So we're going to need you to follow the rules.
Yeah, they're doing streams.
I want to hear you guys' favorite seasons, each of you.
Okay.
All right. Power Rangers in Space. I love the themes. I love the continuity. I love Countdown to Destruction and so many elements in between.
Am I next?
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Power Rangers Dino Charge. I'm in love with their theme song, and I have met Brendan multiple times. He is one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Dude is super positive.
Yeah.
RPM, duh.
Nice. I think I would go with Lightspeed or SPD. Yeah. Titanium Ranger is my favorite, so you got good taste.
I still love... Marissa, at this point, has been in... I think there's more footage of you on the internet as Dr. K now than there is of Olympia Tennant as Dr. K. All right, next up.
Hi again. Actually, this is a question that goes throughout everyone on the board. If you are in charge of handling an official season, what would it be like?
That is not a short answer.
That is not a short answer. Well, I having done Grid Defense, which was an adaptation of Go Busters, I can at least tell you a little bit of how the process on that went. I went through this whole series to get an idea of where it starts, where it goes, etc. Get an idea of the aesthetics, the body language of the characters. Use that as my template for inspiration. That way, keeping things very simple from that point. And then from there, I look at what could be different takes from the characters. What from this given Sentai do I feel like we could do better? What could be improved upon? Because they pump things out very quickly, and Power Ranger episode orders are much shorter, so you get to have a bit of a tighter storyline. You want to see how to streamline those elements. So that's sort of the process I was kind of aiming for with Grid Defense. How do I get to the core of this show? And how do I tie it also into the broader universe? What elements work well in this that could reflect well on other shows? Like, for instance, with Grid Defense, we made it a 10-year later sequel to RPM, which is why it was set in 2019. And if, for instance, I were to do like Q Ranger just wrapped earlier this year, many of the plans would be reflective of the Power Rangers universe to try and just keep that sort of what MCU does. Keep those references consistent of this universe that they're in and sort of build a world around it that you can just pick and choose from and play around with and layer storylines throughout. I'm big into foreshadowing, sneaky mysteries, and payoff. So that's what you would expect. Oh, and a lot of snarky dialogue.
So Jason David Frank
Hold on, one more. We didn't finish answering.
I'm sorry.
One second.
I had a long answer. I'm sorry. They had answers, I'm sure, too.
Yeah, no.
I think the question was for all of us, so I'll go really quickly. For me, it's all about the action. I am a big action buff. I think nothing has truly topped the construction yard fight scene in the original Mighty Morphin's Power Ranger movie. So if I were in charge of a TV series, I would just love to bring up the action. And I know it's hard because they film a lot, they film very quickly, and they, like he said, they have to pump out episodes super fast. So sometimes it's hard to get that really like cinema quality, movie quality action, but that's what I'd be all about.
And then Hayden.
Nice. I would agree with, I mean, those are both great approaches. I think I'm from the school of both too, where like, you know, we had for Celestial Fury, we wanted to go back to what made part of the original so alluring. So like we cast all these actors, and they were all actors first, and some of them had a little bit of, you know, they were all relatively athletic, but nobody was a trained martial artist or anything like that. So we put the actors through 6 weeks of our own version of stunt training, where we had a fight director come in and like they worked hard they were doing the planks every day. They would go on like jogs around the city of Chicago like just to warm up, and they loved me for it.
So much thorough than the one time I had my friend walk in and we choreographed a fight scene in approximately 3 minutes before we lost the room.
There you go. But yeah, I think like, to the question as far as like adapting, like that was kind of the whole way we approached Celestial Fury. Is we were like, we want to be able to set this up as this is our version of what, you know, instead of Mystic Force, had it been Celestial Fury, like this is what it would have been. And so we wanted to tie in as many elements as we had, you know, Ron Wasserman came in and scored the whole thing. He included a bunch of original music that he had written for Power Rangers that he'd never gotten to use. So a lot of that is part of the soundtrack. We tried to, if you saw the opening credits, there were a couple quick shots of like, there might have been a Quasar Saber in there if you were watching closely. And so we tried to take a lot of those elements that were from the series, and there were a lot of screen use props from the series that we tried to integrate to make sure that we were trying to be integrated into everything. And that's when Celestial Fury comes out. That'll be kind of my answer to that question. Is like that's everything we kind of tried to keep in mind when we were doing that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now your question.
Yes, thank you for being patient. Thanks for indulging us.
Okay, so back when Power/Rangers came out, Jason David Frank was famously kind of critical of it. Does hearing stories like that kind of discourage you as people who also make fan films?
Oh no, absolutely not. Well, I can speak for myself at least.
Yeah.
When it comes to, at least for me, when it comes to fan films, you are acting out of a personal passion that you have for a franchise. So, you know, although you are making it for an audience, it is an expression very much of what you want to see out of a program. So I think really with just like an approach that I hear people talk about when they make real movies, shows that tend to actually be very, very successful, think about the type of programming that you want to see, that you love, and you'll find your audience. Not everybody's going to love it. You're going to get negative feedback, possibly from the people who inspired you, but that shouldn't discourage you, pursuing your passion.
Yeah, it's like a season of Power Rangers. No, you can ask everyone what their season of Power Rangers is that they like the most, and everyone's going to disagree. You can have a series, like not everyone's going to 100% love any one series. Like, RPM is a really popular series, but you'll find people out there who are just like, that's not for me. And that's just how that is. I think, and as far as, speaking specifically to Power/Rangers, I think that, when he had been asked that question, it was kind of in the scope of, how does this work? is this on brand with like what the TV series is now? And no, it wasn't, and that was okay because it was its own thing and it was its own inspiration. And then you go on, a year, 2 years, 3 years later, whatever it was, and you get the movie, the 2017 movie, which was a lot closer to that take on Power/Rangers than it was on like the TV show. So it's kind of a different strokes for different folks kind of thing, but everyone's going to have their opinions, and this is an opinionated fandom, and we love you guys for it.
And I wouldn't feel too bad for the Power/Ranger guys. I think they did
I think they're all right. I think they're all right.
Especially if you, sure, JDF may have not been a huge fan, but you know what? He got Johnny Young Bosch and Steve Cardenas to want to do his panel last night,
there you go,
rather than other panels of their own.
So
I think that in and of itself is heartening in a different respect.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
All right, and I know that we're, it's about 1:55. I don't know if anyone has any last lingering
questions.
Something burning in the heart of your soul.
Yes.
How about next projects? What are you guys doing next?
That's a good one.
Well, you're still working on Celestial
Well,
Fury.
Celestial Fury, it's still being finished up. It's not ready to post today. So that's being finished up right now, and I've got a couple other irons in the fire. I'm not quite ready to share all of those quite yet, but stay tuned is what I'll say to that.
Yeah. And then with me, we did Grid Defense, and a lot of people keep asking for an episode 2. That will not be happening because at this point it's been 2 years. The actors moved on, and I've just been too swamped. But I can say that Power Reviews is continuing. Episode 85 we wrapped filming right before we left for the con. So that is currently in post-production. I'm hoping to release episode 85 by the end of this month. And in that episode, we will see an updated version of... there's been the use of a certain Phantom Ranger across the course of the series, and I've managed to do some updates on the armor and helmet that's going to make it look much better. And so that new look will be premiering next episode on our spaceship.
Nice.
For me, I've got so many ideas for stuff. Most of them not Power Ranger related, just because I want to make sure that I'm exploring as many different genres as I can as I try to transition into the acting and stunt industry out here in Hollywood. I've got a Star Wars idea that I've got coming up, but I've also got a lot of original content ideas that I want to move into because I want to make sure that I'm not limiting myself to, I hate to say the word copy, but to use a pre-existing idea. I want to make sure that I'm exploring my creative ideas and exploring something that's completely new and hasn't been done yet. But again, like I said, if the video does do well enough, another Power Ranger video might be out in, I don't know, give me 2 years.
Your action choreography completely blows mine out of the water, and you get the views for it, and kudos to you on that.
For sure, yeah.
If we do have any Power Reviews fans out here, I will give you a quick spoiler for what's happening next time. So there we go.
Yes.
Quick con exclusive. The next episode's review will be the first episode that we've ever reviewed from the series Alien Rangers, and that's going to be Sowing the Seeds of Evil. That is the episode where Tommy and Kat discover their Zeo crystals, and that review is going to be trippy. That review is going to be a heartbreaker, and Marissa delivers a fantastic performance. So we're going to be seeing some very new stuff as the last episode ended with Database Ranger making the proposal that we go.
That's because you keep abusing Dr. K with your scripts.
It's just like her character just cries to cry more. She's been through so much rough stuff, but yes, as Database Ranger said at the end of the last episode, we have issued our proposal to go into the rift. That's going to be trippy. All right, so I believe our next panel is going to be our fan film competition.
Do you have a quick question?
Oh,
I
you have
do.
a quick question?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hi, Christina.
Hello. I was wondering, as a performer, obviously you have a really strong base in stunts and movement. How do you prioritize the craft of acting versus the craft of movement and athleticism? And in the industry, how do you navigate having to have both skills?
Okay, yeah.
So I am an athlete before I'm an actor. I have been doing sports and athletics pretty much my entire life. I'm 24 now, and have recently, since I started doing these stage shows, found a passion for acting and a way to. I love YouTube videos. I love the entertainment industry, and that is where I want to go, is into action movies. That's where ultimately I would love to see myself. In terms of balancing them both, it's hard. It's hard. A lot of people in Hollywood, they say, are you a stunt person or are you an actor? And then you say both, and they say, no, pick one.
Yes.
And I tell them, no, I'm stubborn. And that's why I do these action films on my YouTube channel. I have my own platform where I can express my own ideas and my own passions, as well as show off my skills to people who will, I don't know, maybe hire me for other acting jobs or bigger name parkour jobs and martial arts. And for me, it's the more talented you are in different areas, then the more valuable you are as a performer, as an actor, as an action, as a stunt person, because there are a lot of people that limit themselves to just one area, and there is no right answer. But it is going to be a lot harder to become the best actor in the world or the best martial artist in the world. It's going to be very difficult to become Jackie Chan.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot easier to delve into multiple categories, whether it's acting, martial arts, parkour, weapons, music, anything. And the more talented you are overall, then the more likely you are to turn heads, to have people notice you, to get an opportunity in any one of those areas. So I am trying to do everything that I possibly can in as many areas as possible, and so far it seems to be working.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Sure. And editing as well.
And I would say, like, if you look at someone like, I just keep moving. If you look at someone like, the Dan Southworths and the Mike Chats, where, they were doing, like, they had their stunt background, and that stunt background eventually dovetailed into them, like, becoming Rangers. So get in where you can, I think, and just keep cracking at it. That would be piggybacking on your question. Anyway, I guess where can people watch your stuff? If people want to go, like, pull up your video, if people want to stay updated on your things?
Well, my YouTube channel, it's pretty simple. It's just my name, which is Omar Zaki, OMARZAKI. That's my YouTube channel. Or you could just look up Red Ranger versus Pink Ranger, or you could look up the new Disturbed music video, which I just starred as their lead parkour athlete. Hi, Brennan. There's Brennan from Power Rangers Dino Charge. Say hi, Brennan. Just my name. That's where all my stuff is, Omar Zaki.
Cool. And then for me, if you want to stay updated on Celestial Fury, just follow us on Twitter at Celestial Fury. That's where all our updates are for now. We don't have an Instagram or a Facebook at this point, so follow us on Twitter, and you'll get the news disseminated to you accordingly, depending on what you follow. So, and then
Database Rangers Power Reviews is actually the name of the channel on YouTube, so it's pretty easy to find. And if you just Google Database Ranger, you'll probably find all of his social media.
Yep. Yeah, I'm the only base ranger on there. Yep.
Cool. Well, we will let the next panel kind of step in, but anyone, feel free. I will speak for all of us here. Where I'm like, if you see us on the floor, if you want to chat the fan film, if you want to say hi, please do. And we'll be happy to chat with you guys.
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you.